Okay, one more time on how to answer these questions on Delta Math. I've made the retake. Just be aware, the only questions I changed were the ones with those fractions. So everything else is the same. So let's take a look. Um, Begin assignment now. I signed in as myself, so I just want to make sure you know how to answer these questions. Question one, right? G of 5, we're going to put 5 in for x. Negative 5 plus 2 is negative 3. Submit answer. Yes. Notice it didn't tell me yes or no. I set it now so that you have 1 hour to do the test, and you won't get your score until after the test is done. I'm not going to do the whole test. So I could go to the next question. F of 1, 1 squared is 1, times 4 is 4, 7, 13. The answer should be 20. Might have got it wrong, I don't know. I'm just going by these quickly. So back, I want to go to the force for like that. This one. All right, this one is where I want you to be careful. Maybe you got confused how to answer this. It's a rational function. So we know what? We know we have to set the denominator equal to 0, and whatever number we get, we cannot have. All right. So I'm going to try doing this like I did yesterday. I think I can write on here. We'll go to blue. So we've got 8x minus 64 equals 0. Add 64. 8x equals 64. Divide by 8. X is equal to 8. That tells us that's a number we can't have. Now, I don't know if this shows up there. It didn't yesterday. But there's a drop down box here. And you have choices. You have interval. You can put all real numbers. All values except 1. All values except 2. Those are your choices. Well, there's only one number we can't have. So we're going to choose all values except 1. And in that box there is going to be that number we just found, 8. This says x such that x is an element of the reals where x is not equal to 8. Submit answer. Yes. Next question. All right, this is a square root. Again, I have the same 4 choices, except square root. Notice they have these down here. The only one they don't have is greater than. You can get greater than on your desktop, on your keyboard. It is over the period key. It is that right pointy bracket if we need it. So again, let me erase. In a square root, we know, what do we know? Got most of it right. Good. So in a square root, it has to be greater than or equal to 0. When it's like this, if it's in the denominator, it has to be just greater than 0. So 8x minus 40 is greater than or equal to 0. 8x, that should have been a 40 in there, is greater than or equal to 40. Divide by 8. 8 is greater than or equal to 5. That's what you put in here. Type in. Now, I didn't show it last time. There is a calculator here. If you click that, you have the number keys down here that you can use. So what do we want? 8. The only problem with that is, there we go, is greater than, whoop, put it in there. 8 is greater than or equal to 5. Oops, sorry. X is greater than or equal to 5. Submit answer. Yes. You can get rid of the calculator at any time. And I'm going on to the next question. Here, right? Here it's in the denominator. Here is where you don't use greater than or equal to. It's just greater than, because it can't be 0 and it can't be a negative number. So again, be careful how you do this. Right? You got to remember some of your regular algebra. Negative 4 minus 4x, negative 4 minus 4x is greater than 0. Okay, what are we going to do? We can add 4 to both sides. I like keeping the x on the left. Plus 4, but you're going to have to be careful here. Negative 4x is greater than 4. When we divide by a negative, this symbol here has to switch around in the other direction. So x is less than negative 1. That's what we have to put into our answer. And we can get our keyboard, but you can just type this one x. Now less than is under the comma, right? You know where the sharp bracket is. Less than negative 1. Submit answer. Yes. All right. Next question. Quadratic. Again, we did a couple of these in class. This just means it's in our denominator. It has to be, can't be 0, but this is going to be, when you drop down this box, two values. Two values, x squared plus 9x plus 8. What does that factor into? Anyone know? X plus 8, x plus 1. Now I'm doing these fast. You should know how to do these. X plus 8, x plus 1 is what that factors into. You can use the quadratic formula if you need to, because 1 times 8 is 8. 8 plus 1 is 9. That's why we get that. So x cannot equal negative 8, and x cannot equal negative 1. Right? That would be our solutions. But under here, we drop this. I don't know if you see the drop down box, but it's all values except 2 now. And now you just type those numbers in there. Negative 8, negative 1, submit answer, yes, and move on. Next question. All right, so these are where I found the g ofs, f of, whatever. I took out all the fractions. So these are straightforward, just like we had on the review. So there can't be any complaints. This wasn't like the review, Mr. Castro. And by the way, they won't always be exactly like the review questions. Review questions are not meant to give you exactly the kind of questions you're going to get. They're meant to give you what it's supposed to be like. So I have this on another page. G of x, I need to find g of x minus 1. I'm just going to show you how to put those in. All right, and that will be this one. This is the same problem. I did it on the smartboard, so I can show you right here how it goes. G of x plus 1, wherever we see x, we replace it with x plus 1. Let me move that so I can get to the pen if I need it. So this x becomes x plus 1 squared. 3, x plus 1 minus 7. X plus 1 squared is x squared plus 2x plus 1. Distribute, simplify. My answer is 2x squared plus 7x minus 2. Go back here. Now, this is where using the keyboard might be helpful for you. You want 2x. This means squared right here. Squared. What was my answer? plus 7x minus 2 plus 7x minus 2. Don't expect to see all your work here. You're going to have to do this work on a separate piece of paper. Yes. Next question. Same process. H of x is 12 minus 5x. Find h of x minus 4. 12 minus 5. Place the x with x minus 4. Distribute. Negative 5x plus 20. 32 minus 5x. Square root of 32 minus 5x is our answer. Here. Again, drop down the keyboard. There's a square root key. Square root of 32 minus 5x. Submit answer. Yes. And finally, this one's real simple, but I want to show you how to put in the fraction. Negative x minus 1 into 2x minus 5, negative x plus 1. What's our answer to that? Right, we're just replacing x with negative x minus 1. 2 times negative x is negative 2x. 2 times negative 2 is negative 2 minus 5. Negative x minus 1 plus 2 is negative x plus 1. Combine like terms. This is my answer here. Negative 2x minus 7 over negative x plus 1. Go back to our answer key. Now to put in a fraction, use the parentheses. All right. Right there, negative 2x minus 7, I believe it was. Negative 2x minus 7. Close the parentheses. Divided by, notice what it did. It put it one on top of the other, which is what we wanted. Let me make sure I got it right so we can get it right. Negative x plus 1. Yep. Negative x plus 1. Submit answer. Yes. And we're done. Right? Back. Where is it? All green checks. It'll show you what you got at the end of the test. So I got everything right. Oh boy, I got 100. 24 out of 24. So that's what it is, ladies and gentlemen. I am going to send this video out probably through Delta Math. I want to make sure you watch it. So the test will be available tomorrow, and I'll write all that out later. But that's it for now. Hope you understood this. You should watch this a couple of times if you didn't.